family. So I'm actually on my way out to go see John Wick. So I've been getting ready for that, and I'm going a little later in the evening, so I didn't feel like getting fully dressed. So this is my pre-John Wick gear. You know, this is my, lounge around the house look. So I'm lounging around the house watching TV and just chilling and luxuriating. So let's get into it. Let's start off with Colt and Larissa. I don't know what I was looking at. I went down like a 90-day fiance Instagram hole. You like one hashtag or you click one hashtag, and I'm telling you, all the tea just comes up on Instagram. So apparently Larissa filed for a divorce from Colt. So like they're divorced. Why would y'all mess up such a lucrative scam? Or is this another part of their scam to like get us back next season? I don't know, but I just think if you guys are scamming, this is dumb for y'all to end it now. Live separate lives in Vegas and then come together for the show. But Larissa she done filed for a divorce from him and got a whole man, a whole new man. Cute. But I'm like, girl, you messing up your money. And that dude don't look like he got TLC money. What are you doing? So anyway, apparently this couple is done. But on this episode, everybody is now feeling the effects of Colt playing with the police, because Debbie is doing all this crying because she feels like if Larissa gets deported, her son loves Larissa so much that he's going to go to Brazil. So she's just like, my son is going to lose Larissa to Brazil and I'm going to lose my son to Brazil. Well, you should have thought about that before you started playing with the popo to keep your immigrant daughter-in-law in line. Now look what has happened to the family. Y'all done messed around and messed up everybody's money. I'm not in the home wrecking. I don't agree with it, but I'm just like, Larissa, this lawyer is fine. Look like he work out and take care of himself. He got you off with no jail time, no community. Like he got her whole thing dismissed. After you finish playing around with that young boy that you got this little boyfriend now, go check out that lawyer because he got some money. He got some money, girl. He knows how to play with that paperwork and agrees a judge's hand to get your paperwork to come through just like that so you can stay here in the United States of America quickly, okay? Them lawyers know how to do something. They all friends. They all play with the system. I'm not saying, go out for a thug, but I feel like Larissa is the kind of girl who, she a thug wife. It is what it is. So get with that lawyer and stop playing with this young boy because he know what he doing. Now, although I believe that Colt was really sorry to Larissa and he was very sincere when he was making up to her, apparently it wasn't good enough because they not together. Nicole and Azan, first of all, thank you guys for giving me some tea on this couple. I had no idea that Nicole and Azan had sex. I can't even say it. Azan, what was you doing with Nicole? Because you know what? No shade. I feel like there's something going on with Nicole. And I'm not saying that just because you have a little issue, that doesn't mean that you can't be a sexual being. I just feel like maybe her family is very protective of her because, something is going on. So her being intimate with Azan, who's a whole scammer, it just adds another level of it to me. And I'm just like, you trash, Azan. You are trash. I don't care who believes this relationship. I do not. That boy is scamming her. He has somebody who's a little simple, who's very naive, who he knows that he can take advantage of. And all he got to do is give her, the little peen every now and again to keep her going crazy. Because if they've had sex one time and she's done all of this for him, child, could you imagine if he gave her a couple more pumps? We're going to lose Nicole. And speaking of Nicole's family, why are they all asking her why haven't they been married yet? Like why she hasn't married Azan. Y'all want her to marry that scammer? She's at this party for her daughter and the whole time they're asking, so you guys haven't gotten married yet. What's taking so long? Excuse me? If I was the family, I would be thanking the Lord that it's taking so long. I would be thanking my Father in heaven that there are all of these issues stopping her from walking down the aisle with a whole scammer. Why do y'all want this? Do y'all really want this or do y'all want another season? I ain't hating at the coin, but I'm just saying, be clear with your story because you're getting messy. And this is another thing about Nicole's family that is bothering me. Why are they supporting Azan? The dad is just like, oh, well, I haven't met him yet, and I've sent him all this money to do this and sent him all this money to do that. I paid for his pain tickets, I paid for his pain. What are you doing? You paying for this dude that you've never even met? You know your daughter is making a mistake. I don't understand. Let me tell you something. My family loves me. My mama and my daddy love me, right? I can't come to them with this foolishness and they financially support it. So I'm just confused by this family. Like my mom and my dad would be like, listen, You can be in love and you can do everything that you want to do. We're not helping you with this, because this is what happens, especially when money gets involved. You are so in love and you can't see everything that's going on. Let me tell you something. When y'all start getting broke, you start seeing them red flags a lot clearer. Those things start coming up because you and this person are now in this struggle. It's not easy no more because people are taking care of you and cushioning your falls. When you two have to walk out this life together like adults and deal with life like an adult without all this help and support, you start seeing, oh, he doesn't know how to lead. He doesn't know how to save. He's not good with money. He's not good with stress. He can't keep a job. You start seeing all those things a lot quicker. But if you're paying for everything to support this guy, you're literally paying for this guy to scam your child. I'm confused. We keep on coming to this storyline of Azan getting denied from different countries, right? And I think because we don't fully go into it, the producers are leading us up to something huge happening with this man, that being the reason why he can't get into certain countries. You know what I mean? Because we touch on it every episode, but we don't really dive into it. And I'm just like, if it wasn't important for this storyline, it wouldn't come up every episode. So something juicy is about to happen with this couple, and it is concerning Azan not being able to get into certain countries. So he done did something, or he knows something, or he's a part of something. We're gonna find out soon and very soon. Ashley and Jay. So Ashley then went out and got a whole makeover, and all she did was look like Ashley on her way to prom. She was talking about feeling some sort of way, so she was getting this makeover, and I was just like, this is the makeover? You know what it is, Pennsylvania? Shade. You know what? Although I don't like when people cheat on each other or mistreat their partner or is like doing something conniving and deceiving, I'm never that person that's just like, get them back. You know what I mean? Get him back by cheating, get her back by, being deceitful as well. Because I just feel like when you continuously play with fire, everybody gonna get burnt. You know what I mean? You're gonna come in like Dany from Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? Just set everybody on fire. That's what I feel like happens in those situations. So I just don't like doing it. Always take the higher road, right? So Ashley is mad at Jay for, talking to these women on Tinder and inviting them to her home. Totally understand. I don't think she's making the situation better by going out on a date with her ex and flirting with him and being just very sexually suggestive with him and saying all of these things to get this dude's mind thinking. Because my thing is, if you really wanted to be with this dude, you would have been with him before Jay. So now you're playing with a man to make your current man jealous. I just don't think that's fair. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair to the guy, your ex, because, if he's here willingly and really wants to be here with you, because he didn't seem like he was a camera person. You know what I mean? He didn't seem like he wanted to do this to be on the TV show because he was very uncomfortable with the cameras, to the point where I felt like he was overly drinking because he could not hold them samples of wine that he had. He was getting a little goofy at the end. But if you're calling this dude out and you're saying that you're, interested in him and you want to sit down and talk with him and say, oh, I just want to talk to you about my current situation with my husband, but then you're being very suggestive with him and you don't really want the dude. You just want to get back at Jay because as soon as she got back home, she told Jay about it. And I just don't like that. You know what I mean? Don't use another person to harm another person. Like, if you have an issue, deal with your issue. It just didn't look good on her, and it bothers me because I'm like, Ashley, I should be on your side. She's just been so awful. Like, everything that she has done, I'm like, girl, I want to root for you because you are the one that is being taken advantage of by Jay. Although I know they're scamming, I'm going along with the story, right? I just can't ride with her in this situation because, listen, go out on the town, put your freakum dress on, and hit the town with you and your girlfriends, right? Don't sit over here and call your ex, who is obviously feeling you, for him to come out here on a date and you're just like, Jay doesn't treat me like this, but you do. And then you go home to your husband that you probably still banging. Like, I don't know. I just didn't think it was fair to Opie. What was his name? Your boyfriend. Your ex. I just didn't think that was fair to him. And she just didn't look like, I don't know, she didn't look like the sensible one here, Jay is obviously not sensible because he's talking to all these women on Tinder and inviting them to your home. You're not being sensible either. It's just, you're too old to be acting like this young couple that just moved into an apartment and is fighting on Facebook. Although we know that Ashley has filed for divorce. But Ashley's smart. She's not gonna give this check up just yet. Her and Jay gonna reconcile, and we're gonna see them again next season. Paola and Russ, still shocked. Still shocked that this is lasting and working. You know what? It's also not just because of Russ. Paola just seems like such a, I know I'm saying her name wrong. She just seems like such a fly girl. For her to be with such, no shade, Russ, a cornball like Russ, it's like, how did this, wow, this is the real deal? Okay, listen, I'm going to be on Paola's side for a very long time because I remember how Russ's family treated her in the beginning and I didn't like it, right? And then Russ is trying to do this sneak thing with moving her to Oklahoma without telling the girl. Like, he done told the producers before he told his freaking wife that he's trying to move her to Oklahoma. So I'm not Team Russ. I'm not his family. I'm Team Paola and that unborn child, right? So she's dealing with a lot of stress from this family because of how they treated her the last time. And also she's very sensitive because she lost a child. So she's carrying this child and she's being very sensitive and protective of her energy because she wants to bring her child to term. Listen, I'm here for it. I'm on her side. I don't want her to be in a stressful environment, especially when you have a family that's talking about welcoming the baby, but not the wife. How you gonna welcome the baby and not the damn wife? And Paola was just like, that's gonna be a problem because I don't know with the way they're treating me, how you gonna have a relationship with my child if you don't know how to treat me. Yes, girl. Yes, you can't have access to my baby if you don't like me. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. If Paola and Russ's mom got a problem, Russ gotta fix that. That's your problem, bro. You done brought this woman into this clan rally. You better fix this. And so they throw the blandest baby shower for her. And I was just like, this is it? This is a baby shower? It's Oklahoma. You know, no shade. I'm not from a small town. You know what I mean? Like, I am city girl, right? And I'm black, so we just do it differently. We do it big, we do it extra, okay? They're getting on Paola for being late to her baby shower, but it's her baby shower. She can show up whatever time she wants. Like, isn't she the guest of honor? So she can show up whatever time she wants to. And then Paola was just like, there's a cultural difference here. Because she was just like, my people, we say it's a time for a baby shower, but we all know that everybody's going to show up late and leave late. I was right there with her. Maybe it is a cultural thing. Because at a black baby shower, let me tell you something. First of all, it's the best music ever. Like, that DJ at a black baby shower, sickening, okay? The food is flowing. Aunties and uncles and cousins and best friends, everybody is coming in and out. We may say on the invitation that the baby shower starts at 4. I guarantee you we're starting at 6. And that's early, okay? The only person who's probably going to show up at 4 is that one white coworker that got the invitation. They're going to show up at 4. Nothing is going to be ready. They're going to be sitting here on the couch being hella uncomfortable while they're talking to the freaking granddad about the game that they're watching. That's what's going to happen. Invitation at 4. You show up at 6. Don't leave till 2 a.m. and you're leaving with a plate. That's a black baby shower. So I get where she's coming from because I'm just like, okay, she's a little bit late. An hour late. All right, she was getting her nails done and no tea, no shade. She don't really like them people. So give her some space, okay? So she comes in late and they're all, you know, the mother. Well, you know, Susan was here, but she had to go. Well, the hell was Susan? Because why would you come if you really can't stay? Like, I hate that. If you have somewhere else to go, just go. Leave a gift and go. Don't sit there at the baby shower and be like, oh my goodness, what time is she getting here? Because I gotta go. Tea time. What is tea time? Is that a Southern thing? I didn't know what that meant. Oh, are they going to play golf? Is that what they kept on talking about? I don't know, but I'm like, if you're coming for a baby shower and you don't even have an hour of your time to give, they were all saying that she was late for up to an hour. Like, it went from half an hour to an hour. And I'm just like, you guys had to leave that fast? Oh, okay. Well, how long did y'all think the baby shower was going to be? You know what, guys? I'm honestly asking. I really, really am, because I've been to one Caucasian baby shower and it started at like 11 a.m. Is that normal? 11 a.m. It was from 11 to 1. 11 to 1. for a baby shower. Guess what time the black girl showed up? 12:30. I didn't really think that it was going to be over at that time. I showed up with a gift, and it was just when they were opening up gifts too. So I came at the right time, and I guarantee you guys, at 1 o'clock, it was a wrap. Her sister was already picking up napkins, and I'm like, oh, so we leaving? Like what? Cultural differences. Anyway, the mom, I don't know. Her and Paola, they're not really the best of friends, right? They got issues. I just feel like, I'm not giving excuses for a pregnant woman, but just give her some space. Let the girl be late. Still come and welcome her. She's carrying your son's child. You know what I mean? I don't care what nobody say. If you don't make it right with that mama, you not gonna have a relationship with that baby. I don't care. The child, especially if it's a boy, gonna ride with their mama all day, grandma. You gotta make it work with her. You really, really do. A way to make it work would be to give her the gifts. Don't keep on saying, oh, Susan wanted to stay, but you got here late. So-and-so wanted to stay, but you got here late. How is that helping the situation? Open up the gifts. Say so-and-so, oh, she left the gift. She was so happy to see you. She's so proud of, like, there was just a way that she could have delivered that and changed the whole energy. But she was so mad that she showed up at a certain time that she didn't agree with. And it's like, girl, listen, this is not your kingdom. Okay? You know what? Let me take that back. This is a house that is her kingdom. But the prince, he got his eye on Meghan Markle. Okay? He's going to do whatever she wants him to do. So y'all two gonna have to come to some kind of agreement to kill this war and work together, because there's a baby that's involved. And you are going to risk your relationship with your son and especially his seed. So you got to fix that, because I got it, right? Especially if it's a cultural thing. I totally understand planning something and the person shows up late. I totally understand being aggravated by that. I come from a different culture, so it didn't bother me as much. But I understand how she felt. I just felt like Russ's mom stayed in that place of negativity for too long, especially when Paola said she was sorry. She was trying to make it work with everybody, you know, hugging everyone and, you know, wanting to hang out with everybody. She felt some sort of way. So she was trying to make it work, but the mom was just sitting there angry. I was like, oh, okay. It couldn't have been me. It couldn't have been me. But go ahead on, Paola. I don't know what Rusta did to you. I don't know what kind of hammer he working with that got you so crazy that you would deal with this situation. More power to you and your baby. But girl, it wouldn't have been me. Elizabeth and Andre. I'm team daddy. Elizabeth and Andre are wrong. You know, dare I say bummy. You know what I mean? Like, y'all are her freeloading off this man. And you have the audacity to talk slick with him. So Elizabeth is sitting down, meeting with her dad, and he's, you know, like, remember last episode when he said he was really hurt for his daughter? He's talking to her, and he's just like, this is not the situation I wanted for you. I didn't want this for my child. You bring this man over here with no money, so I got to take care of this whole process. You know that he cannot work, and then you get pregnant. And then on top of that, you need some help, because what we did not know until Elizabeth sat down with her father, they asked him if they could live in his house rent-free, one of his properties rent-free, because Elizabeth and Andre had a home. They had an apartment and they had 2 dogs. How you broke, having sex, and got 2 dogs and need somebody to take care of you? Your priorities are messed up. Y'all not right. Y'all over here banging, getting a baby, got 2 dogs, and y'all can't take care of yourself? Something got to stop. I don't know how people have sex when they stressed out. Couldn't have been me. Couldn't have been me. The last thing I'm thinking about some ding-a-ling when I got rent to pay, okay? Unless that ding-a-ling is paying. You know what I mean? So I don't understand. But the dad is like, y'all asked me. Not only did y'all ask me for a place to stay, you asked me if you could live there rent-free. And then got the nerve to be nasty to the dude. Talk slick to him any kind of way. Andre cussing out the dad when he's sitting down with Elizabeth. He not going to tell me what to do. I'm the man of my house. No, you not, bro. You not taking care of your wife or your baby. He is. He the man of that house. You married to him. That's your man. So you got to talk to him respectfully. I just can't believe this couple. The bumminess of it all. I am so disappointed because Elizabeth was talking so nasty to her dad. And I'm like, girl, he's taking care of you, your child, your dogs, and your husband. And you talking nasty? Wow. Not only are they bummy, okay, they're also entitled because they had a place. They had an apartment that they were living in. They didn't want to pay that rent anymore. That's what happened. They didn't want to pay that rent. They wanted a bigger place for their dog. So these entitled people went to Elizabeth's father and had the balls. Andre had the balls to ask this man for a whole house and not pay him nothing. The thing that bothers me is that Andre does this macho, I'm the man stuff. But I'm like, where did the man go when you asked this man if you could live in a whole house and not pay nothing? Where did the man go? If you want to do this machismo thing, that ain't macho. That's bummy. So of course Elizabeth's dad is frustrated. Here is why. This man is at retirement age. He wants to slow down. He can't slow down because he has 3 people and 2 dogs that he has to take care of. At a time when he probably just wants to retire, ease it up, hand the business over to somebody else. He can't do that now. He got to make money because his daughter, who he loves, don't got no sense, got a whole man and now a whole baby. So I think if a child wasn't involved, I don't think he would be. I think he would have let Elizabeth stay in that apartment, let her and Andre struggle until she realizes that this situation ain't for her. That's what parents do when they love you. When you don't listen, sometimes you got to get burnt by the fire so you can run back to your parent and they can take your hand, put some butter on and look at your face and say, I told you so, but come here and let me fix you up. That's what has to happen. But now there's a child involved and he's not going to let his granddaughter be out on the streets. So he's pissed because he knows that this is about to be his situation for a very long time. And Elizabeth and Andre don't see it. They still nasty to this dude. And I'm like, whoo, you so lucky your dad, not my mama. Elizabeth, it would not have been that easy. Oh no. My mother would have been over there every day cussing us out. Rightfully so. She would have helped, but every bit of help would have been with a cuss out. And they're like, give me the baby. You know, she takes the baby. The baby head is cold. You don't know what you're doing. You're already having some sex. You got a whole baby. You don't know what you're doing. She's sick. She got colic in her. You know what I mean? Black mom. But it would have went on to the point where I would have been like, you know what, Andre, me and you, we got to do something different. But Elizabeth and Andre is getting such a free ride that the only time they can really complain is when the dad politely says, hey, when are y'all going to start helping me out? When you get older, it's time for you to start taking care of your parent. At some point, you got to let the parents off the hook. Jeez, Elizabeth, how can you not see that? And then you have a man that sits in the house that your father provided, rent-free, eating because your father made provision, living this lavish lifestyle because your father provided, having all of these freedoms because your father provided, and then has the audacity to sit in his home and talk to his child and say all these nasty things about him, and you sit there and listen and agree. Girl, you got this whole situation messed up. You better wake up, sis, before it's too late. Before you be on baby number 4 with this fool. So Elizabeth and Andre's segment ends with them having a whole argument and Andre saying, oh, we're going to move. Where? With what money? You're not making no money. He's not thinking sensibly. He's just this macho dude with no sense. So him and Elizabeth gets into an argument. She gets up and storms out of the room. The way he looked at her, I was just like, you know what, TLC, I hope you did some research into this relationship and I hope everything is gravy. I hope you're not seeing nothing behind the scenes and not saying nothing, because the way Andre looked at Elizabeth, I don't want to assume, but I will, because it was a look like if these cameras wasn't here, girl, I don't know. Something about this doesn't sit right with me. Pedro and Chantel. Chantel, let Pedro go. He's so miserable. Even when Chantel tries to be in a good mood and have a good time with him, he's just not happy because she was talking to him about a double date with her girlfriend who's also married to a Dominican man. And she was just really excited about it. She was just like, he's Dominican. They can, they can relate to each other. He can have somebody to, bust it up with culturally. And then Pedro's just like, yeah, so you just have somebody so you can talk about how horrible your husband is to her. And she can talk about how horrible her husband is to you. Oh, it's great. So much fun. And I'm just like, he's miserable. There's nothing she can do. There's nothing that she can do. And I think letting him go home for a month won't fix it. He is depressed, okay? Pedro has blown up. He's just not happy. He don't have anybody here. Chantel, and I love this couple, but I think they gotta let this go. I hope I'm wrong. I'm hoping there's enough love there to really save this relationship. But Pedro is so unhappy. You know what? We need to have Pedro sit down and talk about this entire incident, because every time Pedro talks about this Thanksgiving dinner where there was a whole brawl, I found out something new. I didn't know if the parents called the cops on him. Like, I found out about immigration. I found out about the cops. All of this stuff from Pedro's version of the story. I didn't find out none of that from Chantel or from Chantel's family. Since we're on Chantel's family, we continue to disagree about this argument. I'm not making her brother a teenager. She said that he was 19. I'm not trying to make him younger so that Pedro could look worse. That's not it. I'm saying, as a sister who has a little brother, a dude that's interested in me, a boyfriend, a husband, cannot punch my little brother and we are still in a relationship. That is me. That's why I don't agree with Pedro fighting her brother. I'm not saying that he should sit there and get punched by the boy, but guys, I don't know what clip y'all saw, but what I saw was Chantel's brother yelled something or probably cursed at Pedro because Pedro started screaming at Chantel's mom, who was screaming at him. So they were getting into it. And the kid, he a kid to me, okay? He screams at Pedro to protect his mom. Pedro jumps up and goes after the dude. How is that right? What am I missing? What am I missing here? Because I just feel like there's just Pedro stands who don't see anything wrong with that behavior. And I can't side with that, because when you marry me, you are me. And so we're working as two individuals trying to become one. So you should know that my little brother is very precious to me, and you shouldn't run after to try to harm him because you're upset, because I don't care if you see him as somebody that you want to get into it with y'all equals or whatever. Before you even go to try to harm him, I should be the first thing that you think about. How would this make my wife feel? Outside of all that rage, I should matter. That is what I was talking about. That's why I can't agree with Pedro going after him. Now, if homeboy jumped up and went after Pedro and got knocked out, listen, he was defending himself. I didn't see Pedro defend himself. I'm seeing everybody trying to pull him off of her little brother. Listen, y'all different. Y'all different. Can't no dude punch my brother and we good. If anything, me and a dude gonna start fighting. Like, what are you doing? Child, it must be the Philadelphia thing. I don't know, but I'm never gonna side with Pedro going after Chantel's brother. Ever. It's really hot under here, guys. I know some people are not a fan of the but it really is. Under these lights, whew, it ain't no joke. Also, I had a little impromptu dance party because I was listening to Megan Thee Stallion's new album. I'm not promoting it or anything like that, but I guarantee you can't listen to that album without twerking up a storm wherever you're at. So don't listen to it in church. Don't listen to it in the car, because you're going to get an accident twerking. Trust me, okay? I almost fell down the steps trying to twerk in my little studio. Now let's talk about this nightmare of a double date. Chantel's friend and her husband was just like, how long do we have to sit here? I know that we're talking to production, like, did you get enough shots? Can you please release us from this? Because Chantel and Pedro are arguing like they're in the privacy of their own home. They're out at Korean barbecue just acting a plumb fool, embarrassing themselves, embarrassing the couple that they're with. The couple that they're double dating with can't interject. And, they tried to calm them down, but it doesn't work. They just keep on going at it because Pedro wants to go home for a month, right? So even Chantel's friend, her husband, he was like, I go back home because I have to, I want to see about my family or whatever. And then Pedro was like, yes, see, that's what I'm talking about. I want to go home. And he was like, how long are you going home for? And Pedro was like, a month. And the dude was like, aye. Like, no, like, you can't do that. You can't leave your wife for a freaking month. And even Chantel's friend was like, you know what I mean? Because obviously that's what her partner wanted to do when they first started dating. But, you know, she had to be the wife and rein him in. So maybe there is some hope for this couple. Maybe they just need a little bit more time. But I don't know. Pedro is so depressed, guys. He was like, I miss my home. I want to go home. I want to see my family. He was so excited when he was talking to his sister. Oh, I don't know. I'm so hurt because I really like this couple. But I think what's going to happen, because his family is so messy, I think that Pedro is going to go to the Dominican Republic, right? Because you can't film this couple without filming both of their families, because both of them have equally messy families. I think what's going to happen is Chantel is going to let him go to the DR for a month. While he's there, her messy parents, especially that mother, is probably going to show up with Chantel to try to spy on him to see what he's doing. Here's what you need to do, Chantel. If you do, you know, let your husband go to the Dominican Republic for a month, freeze everything. If that's what I would do, because he has a problem, a beautiful problem, with taking care of his community when they are not financially in the situation to do that, right? As the wife, listen, the husband is the head, we are the neck, okay? You in the head, okay? You let him believe that he in charge, but we running this show, right? So you have to step in and think sensibly, because your husband is thinking irrationally. So I will let him go. Day one that he's there, the minute he lands, freeze everything. And if you want something, give you a little call. Hop on the WhatsApp and be like, oh, something's going on with the account. And be like, oh my goodness, okay, how much do you need? Oh my goodness, I can only send you 50 today. And you gotta, you gotta put them on a little budget. You gotta step in and do that, because Pedro is not going to do that. He's going to take care of everybody in the Dominican Republic, because that's who he is. That is his heart. That is who you married, girl. You have to step in and start steering this ship before you hit an iceberg. That was not a good analogy. I apologize to everybody from the Titanic. What's another analogy? I said shit. What else could I talk about? Stay in a car before you run into a person? Terrible. Anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. And then also, can we talk about how Pedro is starting a business with his family and Chantel don't know nothing about it? You are married, girl. Your name is going to be a part of all of that, whether it works out or not. I just thought about that. If it works out, girl, that's partially yours. But if it don't, that's also your responsibility. So you better find out what's happening and make sure the paperwork is right. Then Pedro and Chantel go to an immigration lawyer about his situation, because Pedro wants to, this hurt my heart when he said it. He said, I want to see what's going on in my situation to see if finally I could be free. That hurt me. You're in a marriage with someone. It should be love. It should be happiness. It should be, you're going to have issues, right? You're two different people. But if you love each other, you can work through anything. But when he said I could finally be free, and this happens a lot with the Americans, they have such a superiority complex. All Americans have it. I don't care what status you are in America. We all have that entitled arrogance, because that is just the American way. It's ugly. I didn't know I had it until I traveled, and the people I travel with who are from where I travel to put me in check. I didn't even know I was doing it. It's just in us, right? There's this superiority complex that we all have, and Chantel is doing that to Pedro. And I don't think she knows that she's emasculating him, because she uses, oh, I'm the American, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, and you can't until you're legal here. So he's trying to find out, how can I become a legal American citizen? Like, I need to know, what do I need to do so that I don't have her holding this over my head? And when he said I could be free, I was just like, guys, I don't know if they could save this. He said I could be free from your wife? Jeez, that hurt me. That hurt me, because I like them. I think they're the real deal. Some of you don't believe this. I could be wrong, but I feel like there's some serious love between these two young people, and I want it to work. I really, really do want it to work for them, but I don't know. And you know what, Chantel? Yes, you need to be responsible for your partner for 10 years. It is not the job of the American citizens to take care of your partner that you brought here from another country. You should be responsible. They would not be here had it not been for you in this manner. So you need to be responsible for 10 years. I am absolutely okay with that. I sign off on that. Yes, some things don't work out. Yes, sometimes you get scammed, but that's the risk you take for love. Who gonna take care of Pedro if it don't work out? Me? Us? Girl, no, that's on you. So that's my thoughts on this episode. Let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments section below. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you in just a few days for the next episode of 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After. Love you much. Bye.